Blaise Mutware, wheelchair basketball.
As a young African kid, I was always active. I tried to get into any sports my friends were into, and at the time in Africa, soccer was a very huge sport that anybody could play. I got into it as a child, played it all my life, got into track, volleyball, tennis. I tried everything as a child, but soccer was always my first. Like my go-to sport that I was able to play at any time. It kept me active and involved as much as possible. My dad was a avid soccer fan. He loved like Arsenal and I got it. I think my first World Cup was the Brazilian one in 2002, and I became a fan of like Ronaldo, the original Ronaldo, and Ronaldinho. And just for my dad, he was kind of helped me teach me everything about soccer and all the little tricks. And I really thought I had a future in soccer growing up as a kid for sure. So shortly after my accident, I was kind of just depressed. I wasn't really sure where I was headed, and basketball was always like an outlet for me when I felt down, when I felt like I needed to lift me up. And my therapist at the time knew I had like a passion for basketball because I was always watching the NBA. I was always talking about I find a way to talk about basketball in some way, form. And she told me about wheelchair basketball. Never heard of it, never even knew it existed. And she had a sports chair in the equipment room. Made me get in it, and there was a little like dinky hoop in the backyard that I was able to shoot around and kind of get a feel for it. And she knew the head coach of the Canadian team at the time, who was coaching a club team, and introduced me to him. He brought me out. I was able to play with a few guys that were on the national team and guys that have been playing the sport for a while, and kind of showing me the ropes. And I was pretty bad, but I just remember having a really, really good time, a fun time, and I forgot about my injury. I didn't realize, like, it was the first time after my injury I felt liberated. I felt free. I felt like I wasn't in a wheelchair. That made sense, even though I was playing wheelchair basketball. And I've been chasing that feeling ever since, and I keep playing that sport for that same reason. I'm one of the bigger guys on the court, so a lot of it is height. I'm usually the big guy, just get me in the paint and get the ball in there, and I can try to finish over mismatched players. But I've been trying to work on my speed for the longest time. That was one thing I struggled with starting out. Everyone was faster than me, had better chair skills, so that's something I've focused on for a long time. And now I think I'm known for my defensive skills, my chair skills are important. Now the next thing I want to work on is my shooting. I want to get known for shooting. I have a long way to go for that, so I'm still working on that as we speak. I think this summer will be a real good test for us to really know where we are on the global scale, and I'm excited. I feel like I'm getting into my prime of my career personally, so and I feel like everybody else is jumping in that stride as well, and I think we can make some big noise in tournaments coming up.